Do you want to speak with good English pronunciation? Then you need to know about these 5 things that change the way that English is pronounced. And if you can learn these 5 things, even if you just know about these 5 things, your pronunciation will get much better. So I won't go into too much detail today. I just want you to know about these topics, and if you have these ideas in your mind when you're pronouncing English, it will help you a lot. So the first point, and it's a very important point, is word stress. I've talked about this before in more detail, so I'll put a link up the top for that video. But the general idea is in English, every word has a stress, and that means the part of the word that you put some emphasis, some force. Also, the volume gets a bit higher, and sometimes the sound gets a bit longer. And this makes the pronunciation different from the spelling. So a simple word, for example, like pencil. Many students who learn English say pencil, but the I is not pronounced E. It is not pencil, it's pencil. So what is happening here is when you put the word stress or the force at the beginning of the word, which we do in pencil, the beginning is pen. Nice and strong, nice and clear. But the second part of the word has this kind of lazy, kind of squashed pronunciation. So it's pencil, pencil. And this happens in words like 13 and 30. So a lot of students have trouble hearing the difference between these words, but if you know about word stress, you can clearly hear the difference. It's 13 and 30, you see, and it's the same with 40 and 14 and 50 and 15. That pattern is the same throughout all the numbers. The second point you need to know about is connected speech, sometimes called liaison. So this is how 2 words come together in a sentence. So for example, many people learning English will say nice to meet you, and they break up the words meet and you. But if you listen to native speakers, most native speakers will say nice to meet you, nice to meet you. So the meet and you get pushed together and that becomes nice to meet you. And this happens a lot with vowel sounds, so A, E, I, O, U. So if you have, for example, someone called Andrew, they'll say, my name is Andrew. You see? So it's not my name is Andrew, it's my name is Andrew. The third point that you need to know about is contractions. And again, this is something I've made a video about before, so I'll put a link up above for that one. Contractions are how words get shortened. And some of you might think, oh, this is like slang, but this is just normal kind of conversational English. Even sometimes in more formal situations, you'll hear native speakers using a lot of contractions. So some very famous ones that you might know already is wanna and gonna. So instead of saying, I want to do it, a lot of native speakers will say, I wanna do it. So that want to becomes wanna. I wanna do it. And gonna is going to. I'm going to do it. People will often just say, I'm gonna do it. So going to, gonna. And we have words like should have, I should have done it. People will just say, I should have done it. But I go into more detail in the video that I've linked above, so check that out later if you're interested. Point number 4 is elision. And this is how parts of words get cut out completely. And this happens a lot in some very common words. So for example, the word comfortable. We don't pronounce it comfortable, we just say comfortable. So it becomes 3 syllables, comfortable, not comfortable. It's not 4 syllables. And it's the same with restaurant. we don't say restaurant, we just say restaurant. This also happens in the word chocolate. So we don't say chocolate, we just say chocolate. So you can see this is something that happens in many common words, so be careful with this one and always check the correct pronunciation when you're listening. And the last point, which I think is a very important point, because I meet some students who are very good at pronouncing individual words. Their pronunciation is very nice and clear, but when they read something or when they speak in full sentences, it starts to sound more like an English learner and less like a native speaker. And the difference is the intonation. So when we are saying a full sentence, the intonation of the sentence will change. And this point is quite hard to learn because it depends on what you're saying and it depends on how you want to say it. So my advice for learning things like intonation on a sentence level and also the timing is to try to learn some very common patterns. So earlier we had the sentence, how about you? How about you? That sentence usually has the same intonation. So, nice to meet you, nice to meet you. Try to listen to native speakers and copy that intonation that they use. So that is the 5 things that I think you really need to know if you want to improve your pronunciation. I didn't go into much detail today, I just wanted to make you aware of these. I wanted you to know about these, so when you're listening to English, you can check these points. So I always say this, but don't look at the spelling of the word, because the spelling is a bit misleading. Native speakers don't pronounce things the way they're spelled. You might have noticed that already. So I linked some videos where I went into more details on some of these topics, and I'll put these links below the video as well. But if you want some more detail about some of the points I talked about today, then please ask me in the comments and I will make a video about that topic. And something else that's very important with improving your pronunciation is getting lots of listening practice, just listening to native speakers. So to help you with that, I make a podcast. So please check out the link below this video and you can listen to my podcast where I speak in easier English that's still natural. So it's a nice balance and it's some good English listening practice for you. If it's your first time watching my YouTube channel, then please subscribe. If you like the video, please like. And as I mentioned before, please comment below with any videos that you'd like to see, any topics that you'd like me to talk about. Thank you all very much for watching and I'll see you next time.